name is Sherri with Agri Supply. You know, canning food, it sounds a little intimidating, am I right? Having access to freshly prepared meals right in your pantry not only saves you time and money, but it feels good knowing what's in your food. In this video, we're going to teach you the basics of canning and food preservation. Okay, so let's define what canning is and its advantages. Canning is a method of food preservation in which the contents are sort of vacuum sealed in the containers, usually using glass jars. Here are some advantages of canning. Number one, a longer shelf life. Typically ranges 1 to 5 years, but can be much longer under certain circumstances. This means the consumer can enjoy seasonal foods any time of year. Number two, it's healthier. Most canned foods are richer in dietary fiber and other vitamins due to the heating process. You can also control the salt intake with the recipe choice. Number three, it's convenient. It's ready to eat. Since your food is already cooked before preserving, they are also quite easy to store and transport. There are two types of food canning methods: water bath, which we're going to show you today, and pressure canning. Water bath canning. Method used to process canned foods in boiling water. This is best used for foods with a high acid content: fruits, tomatoes, salsas, pickles, relish, jams, and jellies. Pressure canning. This is a large pot that has a lid that locks and a digital or weighted gauge. This allows you to regulate steam that builds up inside the pot by turning the burner heat up or down. This method is a little more complex and is best for foods with low acid content, meat including poultry and wild game, soups, etc. Be sure that everything is already cooked and rehydrated before canning. Example, beans and soup. You are not able to preserve anything with dairy products, flour, pasta, or rice. Water bath canning is what we're going to cover in today's video. It is the most commonly used method and is the best option for anyone just starting out. You don't need a lot of supplies, just a little bit of patience. So here are some basic water bath canning supplies you will need. A large pot with lid, a jar rack, clear canning jars. You'll need new lids and bands, do not use used ones. A jar grabber, a silicone spatula, not metal, a ladle, a small funnel, a towel or a cooling rack, and a saucepan, and a recipe for high acid foods. Before starting, ensure that all supplies have been washed in hot soapy water and rinsed well. Place the clean jars onto hot water, not yet boiling, for around 10 minutes. This will keep them from cracking once your food is poured into them. You will also add your lids to a separate saucepan of hot water to preheat. Prepare your canning recipe and pour into your hot jars using funnels and ladle. Make sure you leave proper headspace for expansion of the jar. Headspace is the amount of space between the top of the jar and the food before it's sealed. Next, you will need to release any air bubbles with a spatula around the sides. Wipe off each jar rim to remove residue. Then hand tighten back your lid bands. Place the now full jars into the rack, making sure they stand upright. Lower the rack and ensure that hot water covers the jars with at least 1 to 2 inches of water. Cover the pot with a secure lid and let them boil submerged. Once ready, remove the hot jars with grabber and sit on a cooling rack or towel for at least an hour before checking the seals. The lid should not give way. When you press it down, it should feel solid. You should allow the jars to completely cool for the next 12 to 24 hours before placing them in the pantry. Lastly, make sure you always label your jars with a date. Canning is a fantastic way to enjoy fresh fruits and vegetables all year long. Here at Agri Supply, we carry everything you need to get started on that next canning project. Agri Supply, it's what's inside.